So this is, I don't want to call it a special episode because the reason we're doing this is definitely not special. This is episode 12. I had to cancel posting the original episode 12 because of what occurred today, because I just feel like this is something that needs to be addressed and talked about. And unfortunately, the reason we are replacing episode 12 with this episode is due to the fact that we lost a legend today. We lost one of the greatest rock and roll stars in history. Thankfully, he was able to do his farewell tour before this happened, but we lost one of the greats, a legend. Ozzy Osbourne has passed away today. He was battling Parkinson's for a very long time, and unfortunately, this was something that was bound to happen. Luckily, he made it this far, and he was, like I said, he was able to get that final tour. He got to see his daughter be engaged, and he got to really spend some of his last moments making some incredible memories. He created a legacy that can't be touched. He created the type of legacy I'm chasing, just in different aspects. He donated a ton of money. He helped a lot of people. He made generations cry. He was a legend in all sense of the word. And it really makes you think. We think that we're going to be here for a very, very long time. And we think that when that day comes, we're going to be ready, or we're going to have been prepared for what's coming. We're not going to have anything else going on for us, and it's going to be our time. But unfortunately, that's not the way it goes for most. There are a select few that make it to their deathbed. They make it to late 90s, and it's their time. They've lived their life. But for most, there's going to be a wedding coming up. There's going to be a graduation coming up. There's going to be something that you were so excited to see, that your family was so excited to see, and you're going to miss it. Ozzy Osbourne got 76 summers. He got 76 springs. And he got 75 winters. That was his life. He made the most out of those 76 summers, but when it comes down to it, he got 76 summers. Some of us are on our 35th, 40th, 42nd, and we don't know how many more summers, how many more springs, how many more winters, how many more falls that we are going to get on this planet. And unfortunately, quite a bit of us aren't living up to our full potential. And when that day comes, we're going to be the ones that are begging not to go. One of my biggest fears is having death come knocking at my door, and I'm just like pleading, please, not now. I don't want to leave my son. I don't want to leave my daughter. I've got so much to do, but I can't go now. What are they going to do without me? And they go, it's your time. I'm sorry. They'll be just fine. They're going to go on. They're going to continue to live, and they're going to be just fine. There's nothing you can do that's going to stop this. And your whole reality just shatters. That's my fear. It scares me so much. I think about it all the time. Especially when I was drinking, I was on drugs, and I felt my heart racing, and I was like, this could be it. And I would beg and I would pray, and I'd say, please not now. Please let me have more time. Please let me have more time with my son. And I am terrified that that day's gonna come and I'm just gonna be begging. How many of us are gonna be begging to just get an extra hour, an extra week? But I didn't get to accomplish this. But I didn't get to go after my dreams. I didn't get to see my baby walk down the aisle. And it doesn't matter. It's just, that's it for us. And that terrifies me. That's what keeps me pushing. That's what's going to keep me sober. That's what's going to keep me going after leaving a legacy. Because I don't want that to happen. I'm sure no matter what, it's going to happen. You're never going to feel like you're done. Especially when you have loved ones, you have family that you are just completed by, or that you just feel incomplete without. And I think we're always going to have that. Please, just let me stay. Nope. If that doesn't terrify you, you are crazy strong. You have the will of something that I kind of wish I had. Because when that time comes, that's it. There is no more days with your kid. There is no more time working towards your dream. The end is the end. You only die once. And as much as we want to fight it, as much as we want to put it off and pretend like it's not coming, it's coming. The one guarantee in this life is we're not making it out alive. So I do not want to be just filled with regret when it happens. Just begging, please. Luckily for Ozzy, I don't think he had that. I'm sure he had the let me see my daughter walk down the aisle. Let me see my grandkids one more time. But legacy-wise, he did it. He left a legacy that can't be touched. He left a legacy that millions and millions of people will remember forever. Long after he's gone, his songs are going to be playing. Ozzy will be around for generations. And that's something that I strive to accomplish. I want my legacy to be around for generations. I want your legacy to be around for generations. You have a dream, and it seems so hard and so unattainable until you take that first step and you work towards it. Then once you take that first step, the second foot follows pretty quickly. Unless it wants to be dragged behind, but I highly doubt that. So this episode is 100% dedicated to Ozzy. I am so sad to see you go, but the legacy you left is incredible. It's inspiring. It is just out of this world. You did something that so many people wish they could. You left so many generations crying at your last farewell tour. There were adults, children, just touched by your presence and by what you created. And that'll never be duplicated. There's never going to be another Ozzy. So I wish this episode didn't have to happen. I wish I could have just posted my original episode 12. That one was pretty good. All about the friend zone and people chasing love that they shouldn't. But we've got to address what's happened. Today is the day he passed. This isn't a banked episode. This isn't something that I filmed last week. I found out the news. I stopped the podcast from posting on YouTube. I've got to go back and switch out the podcast that posted on all the audio platforms. But I felt like even if the podcast is a little late today, we should address a legend. We should remember a legend. And we should give him his flowers. I know so many people that are going to be just crushed by this news. I don't really get crushed by the loss of celebrities, only because I don't know them personally. But I did get choked up. I did almost cry. But it didn't hit me the same way that it's going to hit my son's granddad, or the way that it's going to hit my co-host on World's Vibe podcast. We're filming that one after this, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say. He's going to have a lot more to say than I do. Ozzy touched a lot of people. He raised generations. And he created something that a lot of people should be fighting for. What he did is something that we can all accomplish. And I know it's easy to go like, there's no way I could accomplish that. I couldn't fill out stadiums. I couldn't do what he did. And it's easy to talk ourselves out of that and put ourselves in a position where it's like, well, yeah, but he's one of the greats. He is. But he didn't start out as one of the greats. He worked his ass off day in and day out. He was doing songs, creating content, making headlines, and he put in the work to be where he is. Yeah, it seems like an impossibility. It seems like something that can never be replicated. But there are so many people that are going to be fighting for that spot. That are going to be fighting to do what he did. And you could be one of those people that does what he did, just in the field that you choose. It doesn't have to be rock star. You could be the rock star of whatever you desire. All it takes is putting in the work, putting in those long hours, believing in yourself when nobody else does, and just going after it. It's hard, and it seems scary, because it is scary. Let's be honest, it's scary, because you're gonna take bumps and bruises. You're gonna fall. You're gonna feel like you fail from time to time, but you only truly fail when you give up. So just don't give up. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and just keep going after it. I'm sure there were times where Ozzy felt like he failed, or he was failing, or he wasn't going to reach the goal that he set out to reach. But he just kept pushing. He had a beautiful family by his side. He had a beautiful wife that helped him tremendously. And he just kept dusting himself off and going after it. And look at what he left. Even if you don't like rock and roll, you know about Ozzy Osbourne. That's something that stands the test of time. It passes genres. Like, I'm sure there are country singers that have never heard of Ozzy Osbourne's music or anything, but they've heard of Ozzy Osbourne. They might not have listened to his songs, but they know the person. They know what he's accomplished. And I just think it's incredible that one of his last songs he did on his farewell tour was Mama, I'm Coming Home. I wonder if deep down he knew something was coming, and he was like, look, if I'm going out with a bang. I'm going out with one of the biggest concerts in history, I'm going out letting everybody know that I love them and I appreciate all that they have done to get me to this point. And this is my farewell tour. Or if it was just something that happened. Either way, the timing was impeccable. The fact he got to finish his tour, the fact he got to see his daughter get engaged, the fact that he got to see so many people just moved by his presence is one of the greatest ways to go out, in my opinion. He did something that only a very few will ever do. He did something that I'm going to chase. And I hope that I get to a point where I get to do that and I'm not sitting there begging death. Just please give me one more week. Just give me 5 more minutes. Just let me say goodbye. Because that's definitely a possibility for us all. So I'm going to continue to spend all of the time that I can with my son. I'm going to continue chasing this crazy dream of mine. I'm going to continue trying to learn and grow and be a better person and ask for forgiveness for all the bad things that I've done and hope that anything I've done doesn't hold me back when that time does come. And I'm just going to keep pushing. Because if I'm lucky, I'm going to get 76 summers. I might not. I might get 50. I might get 40. I might get 35. I don't know, and none of us know. So the last thing we should want to do is spend our moments doing something that we don't like, doing something that doesn't fulfill us, chasing things that aren't really our dreams or our goals, living in a life that we hate, going to a job that we dread, and just not living up to our full potential. I might not make it to my full potential, but I'm gonna go out swinging. I'm gonna go out trying to become the man that I was put here to be. And when I am sitting there and I get told, this is the man you were supposed to be, and I'm just sad and let down if I don't make it, I can at least be all, but I gave it one hell of a shot, right? It's not gonna be like, oh, I didn't even try, I didn't do anything. At least we can give it a shot. So when they put all our info on that board and it's our turn and they go, Jared Johnson, let me show you what you were supposed to be. I can at least go, yeah, but I gave it a hell of a shot, right? That you did. Might have taken me a little bit too long. I might have put my body through a little bit too much. But I never gave up. I never accepted that I was the person that I wasn't supposed to be. And I decided to be the man I'm supposed to be. Or at least die trying. So take a moment, become introspective, look deep in yourself and think, if I've only got one more summer, am I living the life that I want to live? Am I going to regret going to this job instead of going to this baseball game with my son or my daughter? Am I going to regret going to work instead of going to this dance recital? Am I going to regret putting in all these hours but putting them into the wrong thing? Or did I spend as much time as I could with my kids, my family, my wife, my husband, my grandma, my mom, my granddad? Or did I spend all of my time working for nothing? Now, if you've worked and you're leaving something behind that will change your family generationally, then I respect that. But if you're killing yourself for a job, but you're still in debt, or you're not really set up for when you go, and you're just wasting that precious, precious time that you've been given, then please, please take a look at your life and just think, this boss doesn't care about me. If this is my last summer, he'll have a new employee by next. Hell, he'll have a new employee by next Tuesday. If he can, he'll have one within the hour. Your kids, your wife, your husband, they're not going to move on that fast, if ever. I know a lot of us are, hopefully my wife finds someone better, or hopefully my husband finds somebody and they're truly happy. But if you're really that person, they're never going to find someone that can replace you. Whereas your job will find someone that can replace you as fast as humanly possible. The faster the better in their eyes. So, when you go out, are you going to regret giving your most valuable possession, your time, to this job that will replace you in 30 seconds if they could? Or are you going to go out knowing that you gave your most valuable possession to your family, to your kids, to your mom, to your dad, to the people that really matter in this world? And I said before, if you're going out and you're spending all this time working and you have to sacrifice, but you're sacrificing for your family to where they will be good, they're going to be set, then I respect it. But I promise you, unless they were raised wrong, they're going to appreciate that time a lot more than that money. My son knows that he's worth millions of dollars when I'm gone. And he told me he would much rather have me. He doesn't want the money if it means that I'm gone. He would much rather have my time. He would much rather sit and just play some video games with his dad. And he would much rather enjoy the precious moments that we have together more than he's going to enjoy the millions of dollars he gets when I die. Your kids, your family, if they're real good people, they're going to feel the exact same way. I don't have to worry about my kid wanting to kill me over his inheritance, because he values my time, my love, and me over all the dollars in the world. And I'm sure that Ozzy's family, they're not looking at the bank accounts going, oh my God, we just got left everything. They're looking at their father and wishing they had 5 more minutes. They're wishing that they would have just hugged him just a little bit tighter on that last time they saw him. They're not going, oh, we just inherited everything. They're wishing that they would have just said, I love you one more time as they walked out the door the last time they saw him. That they would have just stayed a little bit longer. That they could have just held him just a little tighter. And it's sad. It's so sad. And think about it. That's our family. When we go, that's going to be what our family thinks. That's going to be what we think. That's going to be us begging. Please, just a little more time. Please. I know when my best friend died, all I could think about was, damn, the last time I saw him, I was so focused on trying to get back with my son's mom that I rushed him out the door. I didn't listen to what he really was telling me. I didn't listen to his dreams that he was literally expressing to me in that moment, and I brushed him off because I was like, we're going to have more time. We can talk about this later, bro. I'll see you later. Like, I've got something to do. I'll see you later. And it's something that haunts me all the time. If I would have known that would have been the last time I saw him, that he was going to get into a car accident the very next day, I would have asked him to stay longer. I would have tried to talk to him, tried to get him to stop drinking, tried to just plan something for us to look forward to. But I didn't. And that's what happens with death. And that's not something that we should all take lightly. We don't want to be in that moment, leaving our kids, our family, thinking those things. Maybe if I would have just been better at sports, maybe Dad would have came and saw my game. Maybe if I would have just danced a little bit better, maybe Mom would have came to my dance recital. Maybe if she came to my dance recital, she would still be here. Maybe if he came to my game, he would still be here. What did I do to make him want to work all the time? I wish I could have just spent more. We don't want that. And I know we feel like we're working towards something. That money is like, we got to have it, or we're going to fall behind. We're going to do this and that. And it's so hard to justify taking off of work. So hard to justify calling out or doing anything, especially in a world where you can get fired for all of that. Because they don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They might pretend like they care about you and your family, but miss a couple days of work, see how much they care. See if they're not ready to get rid of you and bring in someone that will work their life away and give up all their time, and maybe someone that doesn't have a family so that they can just use them up. Or what if we can replace his job with AI? That's not someone you should be wanting to pour your time into. It's not. That's why I work the job I do. I make my own hours. I go when I want. I haven't gone the past 2 days because I wanted to spend time with my son. And yeah, I'll stress about money sometimes, and I'll be like, dude, I really need to go make this money. But then I think, if something happens to me while I'm there, or if something happens to my son, am I going to be more upset that I went to make that money? Or am I going to be more upset that I didn't just take that extra day to be with my son? I'm 100% certain I'm going to be more upset that I didn't give up that little bit of money to be with my son. So I haven't worked a regular 9 to 5 in years because I want the ability to spend as much time as I can with my son. If my daughter was here in Colorado, I would do the exact same for her. She's in California, and I try to figure out how we can spend as much time as we can with her without having to give up, without having to what's the wording I'm trying to go for? I try to spend as much time with her as I can that we're allowed to. Because unfortunately, us traveling over there kind of throws things off for them. They've got to make plans with their jobs, they got to make plans with everything else, so it's not the same. So I try to figure out how to be there as much as possible, that I'm allowed to be there as much as possible. And it sucks because it would be so nice to move there, but I'm not leaving my son. I wish I could just take him, move to California, and then we get to spend all the time with him and his sister. Because there's going to be that time, and I'm going to have that regret. And I don't want that. That's one of my biggest fears. So you really need to think. Take this loss and just reflect. Am I doing it big enough? And am I doing it big enough in a way that I'm not neglecting my family? If I chased my dream and I became self-sufficient and I became self-employed and I made my own hours and I made my own money and I did what I love, would that be better than working for someone that's going to get rid of me the first chance they get if they find somebody better? Or if I start to slack a little bit? Or if they find a cheaper way? If I create my dream, am I going to be able to take my kids with me? If I open that jewelry store and I create those designs and I start that graphic shop, can I just have my kids with me all the time? Can I make my own hours? Can I spend my most valuable asset on my children? Is it worth taking that first step, laying that first brick? Is it worth chasing after it so that I have all the freedom in the world? It's a simple answer for me. I know it seems crazy, but once you do it, you seem like the smartest person there is. Nobody believes in you until you do it. And just think about it. You chase your dream, you create something to where you can quit your job. You're never missing another baseball game. You're never missing another dance recital. You're never missing another day that you could be spending with your kids. And you get to live a life that is so fulfilling. A life that most people dream about. And then you take that dream and you take it up a level further and you just live free for the rest of your life. Being rich isn't about money. It's about freedom. Starting a company that you work for yourself and you create your own money and you create your own assets and you build your own brand isn't all about the money. It's about creating freedom so that you can spend your time, your most valuable asset, with the people that deserve it. With the people that aren't just going to brush you off the second they get the chance. You can spend it on people that aren't going to try to replace you when they find something cheaper. Your dream isn't just about money. Your dream is about being happy and being truly free. And that's what Ozzy was. Ozzy was truly free. And his family definitely isn't sitting there going, God, we made so much money off of his death. And your family's not going to be doing that. But your job is going to be like, dang, we lost so much money off of his death. We need to replace him right now. If we don't get someone else in here, we're losing money every day. Or we're paying someone extra to handle his business. Maybe we could find someone cheaper to take over. Is that truly what you want? Is that truly freedom? No matter how much money you make, is that truly freedom? Or is that just being a part of the system? Living in the matrix. It's a scary jump. But once you realize exactly what you're jumping into and what you're jumping for, it becomes so liberating. It becomes less scary. And it gives you a drive to want to jump even further. You're not jumping just for your dream. You're jumping for freedom. And that's something that I always try to push. That's why when we get as big as we're going to get, that I'm giving all of the people that work with me freedom. I'm going to take away the weight of rent. I'm going to take away the weight of utilities. I'm going to take away the weight of food. And I'm going to give them freedom. I'm not going to have an environment where you're easily replaced. No, you're family. You're the team. You're not my employee. You are a part of the team. I don't want to just give you money. I don't want to just give you benefits. I want to give you freedom. I want to break you out of this system. I want you to be able to spend your most valuable asset on the people you want to spend it with, doing the thing that you want to do, the thing that you love. I want you to figure out what position you love, something that actually wakes you up in the morning, and turn that into your career. And give you the option to have complete freedom with your family. You want to bring your kids? Bring your kids. We've got tons of stuff for them to do. We'll teach them how to do something too. Find their passion. There's so much in this world that we just neglect and we just forget about and we just don't find important until our time comes. And then all those things you put off, all that time that you wasted, all the things that you didn't think were important because you had time, they come flooding back. They seem a lot more important. Seems like a lot more time wasted than it was. And I don't want that. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anybody. I want the things that don't seem as important but truly are to feel and just look as important as they really are. Oh, that baseball game's not that important until your kid's 18 and there's no more baseball games. And he goes, my parents never came to my games in therapy. Doesn't seem important now because there's all the time in the world. I'll catch the next one. I'll catch the next one. I'll catch the next one. Oh, I had to work. I'll catch the next one. Oh, you're not in baseball anymore? You're graduating? Oh my God. The time goes by so fast. It does. Time goes by way too fast. So do you want to regret the things that you didn't do? Or do you want to work towards building something that gives you the freedom to spend those quality moments, those precious moments with the people that really matter? It's really up to us. It's something that we got to come to terms with. Even if we choose that, nah, this job is more important, then we need to realize what we're giving up. Realize that this isn't just me working my life away. This is me working away their lives. I didn't work my life away. I worked away my kids' lives. I worked away my wife. I worked away my husband's. It's not just you. There's so many people that are affected by the things that we do that sometimes we don't even realize it. And I don't know about you, but I want to go out with a bang like Ozzy. I want to go out knowing that I left a stamp on this world. When I left, things mattered. When I left, people went, that was someone that really worked their ass off to make a change. That was someone that dedicated his time to his family, to making the world a better place, and that was someone that did something. Because that's what Ozzy did. Donated so much money, spent so much time with his family, gave so much love to millions and millions of people, probably even gave so much love to people without even realizing he was doing it. The amount of people that were touched by his presence is incredible. And that's what I want. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for myself. And one of the biggest things I want is that freedom. And so I hope if we can take anything away from losing such a great man, it's that we really need to give our most valuable possession to the people that matter the most. And we need to leave this planet a little bit better than when we got here. And we need to just strive to be the people we were meant to be. We were put on this earth to be someone. We weren't put on the earth just to work, just to go to school, just to live day by day. We were put here to be something great. And I don't know about you, but the last thing I want to do is be on my deathbed and have all the versions of me surrounding my deathbed going, this is what we were supposed to be. We could have been something. We could have been great. But you chose to live the comfortable life. You chose not to go after your dream. You chose to do the 9 to 5. And every time that boss got on your ass, you didn't stand up for yourself because you were afraid of losing your job. And that's just not a life that we should want to live. And I know there's a lot of people that have that fire in them that just want to break out. They want to scream inside. They feel like they're meant for more, and they just don't know what to do. They just don't know how to get started. They haven't had that push to become the person that they're supposed to be. And I really hope that this is your push. If you're scared to jump, let me push you off. Because as you're falling, you've got time to figure out what you're going to do. Are you going to spread your wings and fly? Or are you going to fall down and die? Because, as I said before, none of us are making it out of this alive. Even if we are legends. Even if we're one of the greats. Even if we just did our farewell tour and touched the souls of millions of people. None of us are making it out of this alive. So take this as the kick in the ass you need. Take this as the push when you can't jump. And take this as a sign that it's time to get started. It's time to chase after that freedom. It's time to become the person we were meant to be. And it's time to stop giving our time to the wrong people. They're not going to be the ones that are crying at our funeral. They're not going to be the ones for years going, I miss my daddy. I miss my mommy. I miss my brother. I miss my sister. They're going to be the ones that go, well, Frank died. So who do we got that we can replace him with? Susan. We can move Susan up. Don't give your most valuable possession to these people. Give what you can do, your bare minimum, and build towards something better. Now, if what you're doing can build to something better, then I fully understand giving it your all. Just remember, there are people in your life that aren't going to be worried about that money when you're gone. And if there are, they're really not supposed to be in your life. Pretty simple. There shouldn't be someone that wants your money more than they want you. Whether it be your child, your significant other, your kids. I guess your kids are your child. What I meant is your siblings. If any of them are more concerned about what you're leaving them, then you should just cut them out of your life completely. They're one of the people that you shouldn't be giving your time to. The people you should give your time to are the ones that value it the most. The ones that would give anything to have an extra 5 minutes with you on the day you go. If they're not crying, begging for more time, they don't deserve the time you have now. So think about who these people are, who would really be devastated when you're when you're gone, who's going to be the one that's just crushed, wishing they had an extra 5 minutes, wishing they would have held on just a little tighter, wishing they would have just stayed a little longer the last time they saw you? Figure out who these people are and give them your time. Give them as much time as you have, because they're gonna appreciate it so much. And when you're knocking on death's door and death answers, they're gonna be the ones that you're like, please just give me 5 more minutes with. You don't want to be begging for that. You want to go out going, I gave it my all. I gave them my all. I lived my life for the right people, for the right purposes. And there's not much more I could have done. So let's go. That's the way you should want to go out. You don't want to go out with regret. Regret weighs so much more than failure. I would much rather try and fail than have that boulder of regret just pressed on my shoulders. I would rather give my time to my son than go out thinking, damn, why did I work so much? That's something we don't really think about until it's too late. It's something I think about all the time. I've lived a crazy life. I've put my body through hell. I've put my organs through hell. I've done things to my brain that probably shouldn't have been done. So it's a constant worry for me. A lot of you have lived very straight edge, normal lives. If you're watching this, probably not. Maybe a few of you have lived straight edge, normal lives. But it's going to be something that comes to you with time. And you don't want it to hit you at the wrong time. If you're gonna think about it now. Deal with it now before you don't have time to deal with it. Don't miss another game. Don't miss another dance class. Don't miss another choir, another concert. Do the things they ask you to do. Even if you don't want to do it. I mean, I need to do better about that too. 9 times out of 10 I do it, but there are those times where I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want to. But honestly, the majority of the time I do it. But just do those things. I got told something by a previous podcast guest. She said your kids are going to be your adult friends longer than they are your kids. So your kids are going to be your adult friends for longer than they're your kids. And that stuck with me so much. It's like, yeah, my son's already 11. I got 7 more years before he's my adult friend. Oh, that almost made me, that just crushed me inside just now. I don't know if you could see it, but that crushed me just now. And how many of you are dealing with the same? You got 12 more years, 4 more years, 11 more years. How many of you haven't really looked at it like that? How many more years do you have before your children become your adult friends? Oh, it's soul crushing. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That makes me very sad. I don't like it. Time is such a cruel mistress. It's so bad. It's so scary. It's so sad. How many more years do we have? That breaks my heart, to be honest. My son is my partner. That's my baby boy. And I've got 7 years left before he's an adult. And I don't know where the time went. I just saw videos of us doing a podcast when he was 6. He just turned 6. And we did a podcast. And he was so small and cute and innocent. And he's still small and cute and innocent, but now he's becoming a boy. 11 years old. He's going to become a teenager soon. So don't give your time to the wrong people. I promise you that. It's not gonna feel good when the time comes that you realized you did it. I've spent so much time with him and I'm still thinking I should have done more. I should have gave him more hours. I should have just really, really taken in those moments instead of just buzzed through them. Because you can't go back. God, I wish I could go back and sit at that podcast with him again. And just talk to 6-year-old him, just in a different light, knowing that that moment is passing. We are in moments right now that are passing us by that we don't realize just how important they are. Just how much we should be taking it all in, and just how much we should just be appreciating these moments, because we've got so much going on. We've got bills, we've got money to make, we've got things to do. And then the moments pass and we look back on them and we just wish we could have just spent a little more time in that moment. Just hung out a little longer. Just held on a little tighter. I'm sure Ozzy's family is going through a lot of that right now. They're all so busy, and I guarantee they're sitting there thinking, we should have just really breathed in these moments a little more. We should have just held on just a little tighter. We should have just appreciated that time and that age and that era and that moment. Because now it's gone. And it's gone for good. So hold your kids a little tighter. Hold your wife or your husband a little tighter. Give your brother and sister a hug. Go hug your mom and dad. And just really breathe in that moment. Take it in. Because it's going to be gone. And when it's gone, it's gone. We can't go back. And it sucks, and it's scary, and it's sad, and I really don't like it. I really don't. This has hit me in such a different way than I thought it was going to. In my mind right now, I'm just like, dude, I gotta go home, and I gotta spend as much time with my son as I can. All day I was like, dude, I gotta work tomorrow. No, I don't. I need to just breathe in this moment. I need to take in this moment. And I need to just enjoy this moment. Because he's going to be an adult soon. And I'm not going to have my baby boy anymore. And it sucks. I don't know how many of you have children or have someone that's like your father or your mother is getting older and you're just thinking about the time. Just take in that moment, because soon they might be gone, or soon they might be grown. Just spend that extra hour with them. Spend that extra day with them. Do what they want to do, because it's going to go by so quick. Today's going to be over in a couple hours. This year's going to be over in a couple months. This life is going to be over in a couple summers. So, breathe it in. Take in the moment. hold on to every piece of it. I made myself so sad. I did. I saw that podcast of 6-year-old him and me, and I just wish I would have just lived in that moment just a little bit longer. And I enjoyed that moment. I know I did. But it's gone. Even though I lived it and I was there, it's gone. And it's not something I can get back. Those moments with your kids, they're not something you can get back. Soon they're going to be an adult. And then it's just over. And then you've got to live in more moments. But you never get that childhood back. You never get that cute little kid back. You never get the crazy stories that they come up with back. So, if you're watching this, if you've gotten this far, just enjoy life. Give your most valuable asset to the ones that matter. Make a list of the ones that are gonna just be crushed by your passing. Give them your time. If you've got a family member that might be getting older, I mean, all of them are getting older, but if there's one that really, if there's just a family member that you care about, just take a moment, spend it with them, and really breathe it in. Really soak up that moment and just enjoy it. Because it's going to be gone. And we can't go back. It's sad. It's scary. Yep. Oh, I hurt my feelings. I'm so sad now. But this one is dedicated to Ozzy. Thank you for making me think this way. Thank you for giving me one last moment and giving me the opportunity to look within and to realize just how short this life is, even if you are a legend. Thank you for all you did. Thank you for all the souls you touched. Thank you for all the money you donated. I am so sorry for your family. I know you're in a better place. You made it out of the VR. Now it's time to just kick it, watch your family play the game, and wait. But if you're still here and you're still living this life, stop giving your time to the wrong people. Enjoy the moments. Hold your family members a little tighter. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, share the content, comment below. It'll help me out. It'll help me spend more time with the ones that matter. And if you need any help taking that step or just getting pushed so you can jump, you can email me troubledpastpodcast@gmail.com. You can comment below. Tell me what you want to do. Everybody that commented so far, I've tried to push towards having them go towards that dream. I've given them ideas. I've given them options. I've given them support. So if that's something you need, comment, email, whatever you need. Let's get this freedom. Let's enjoy these moments. And let's spend time with people that actually matter. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rest in peace, Ozzy.